We're going to talk about AI.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about personal branding. We're going to talk about some simple hacks on getting more attention, standing out on social media. How many of us could use some help with this?
We live in the attention economy. Money follows eyeballs.
Yes.
And for many of us, like right now, if you're struggling with lead generation, if you're struggling with, how much money you have in your bank account, chances are you don't have enough attention on your brand, or maybe you're getting attention, but you're not, like John mentioned, you're not positioned to capture the lead and then to turn that lead into a customer or a business partner inside your business. And today we're going to talk about 2023 strategies. Now, yes, we started building a brand 10 years ago. Yes, it was the best business decision of our career, and we've been able to scale our business from 6 figures a year to multiple 6 figures a month. So what we do teach is something that works, but we also are going to sprinkle some AI technology conversation. You guys, I've been a little bit obsessed. What is new, right? What is new? And 99% of the people out there have no idea about this new technology. They have no idea how to use it. They don't know how to incorporate that technology into their protocols to optimize their time, to optimize the business, to optimize the revenue.
And let's talk about it too, because sometimes people think it's just a fad. Like, oh, is this just one of those things that's like here today, gone tomorrow? Is this really worth me spending time? And there's so many different tools and apps. In fact, ChatGPT is, as of now, our favorite.
Yeah.
Could be a totally different conversation in a few months.
Yeah.
But right now, it is mind-blowing, all the things you can do. Because how many of us have people on our team, or even we've said this, expressed this, my life is boring. I don't know what to post about. I don't know what to talk about. You have imposter syndrome. You don't think you have anything interesting to share. And actually, rule number 1 in marketing is don't be boring. With that being said, we're going to talk about some easy strategies that are simple that anyone can implement that will get attention. Like, how can you jump on what's already trending, what's already viral content? We'll talk about that.
So the first thing we got to talk about is you have to make a decision to build a personal brand. And then you need to show up at least once a day with a piece of content. Now, it's your world. We live in it. You could show up with a live video. You can show up with Reel. You can show up on, multiple social media platforms, depending on your
target audience.
Set,
Where's your people?
Target audience.
Right.
But you have to create at least one piece of valuable content every single day. Now, when you start to layer AI into this equation.
Can I just say this though? They don't have to do a piece of content every day. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But in our opinion, you should build that habit of posting once a day, like one quality piece of content a day. And what I was going to say in the beginning too, is you see sometimes people get sucked into the popularity and the engagement posts and attraction marketing strategies, which is awesome. But then they just never talk about their products. They never talk about the fact that they have an opportunity. And I think that's a mistake, because people need to see the same thing. How many of us get annoyed because there's certain TV commercials that we see and hear over and over again, or radio, or you might find it annoying, but they're obviously spending money to get you to da-da-da-da-da, I'm loving it. How many of us know who that is, right? Like, they are spending a fortune. The biggest corporations in the world want to get this in your head where like you are just either mesmerized or you have it memorized. The point is, how can you show up in a way that doesn't feel like an infomercial?
Yeah.
But it also is a way to attract people, not just to you, but they're also asking questions about your products and opportunities. So like Nadya said, you got to figure out what works for you. It might not be a post every day, but this is what we recommend, creating that habit, because that's the only way to really get the clarity, because clarity's power, on who you want to attract, how you want to show up. And eventually you get to that point where it's like, it's hard for us to only post once a day. In fact, I've already posted a reel today, a post today. I shared one of your reels that was really good.
Yeah.
And now we're live. So I'm already guilty of posting 4 times a day. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah. No, that's true. I just think that depending on your goals, right, you can take what we're talking about and you can 10x it and you can make it thicker for you to get to the result faster, or you can dilute it a little bit, right? If you have really tiny, small goals and you go, I don't want obnoxious amount of success. I just want tiny bit and I want it in like 5 years, then do less, right? Now, for me, this is my strategy. This is the way I like to hustle and succeed quickly, is I like to get into a time machine and fast forward time. And the way to do it is to do it quickly, to rip off the Band-Aid. Like if you're learning a platform, you can do it in 5 years, so you can do it in 30 days. If you don't know how to do live video, if you have no clarity on what your personal brand is all about, well, you can do a 30-day video challenge where you force yourself to just step it up and mess it up, right? And you force yourself to show up every day and play with your different keywords and different ideas to get clarity. Because building a brand, building an audience, generating leads, it's like playing a sport. You know what I mean? You cannot figure this out in your head.
Yep.
Let's talk about the fact that this new artificial intelligence, first of all, when you talk about this technology, companies like Apple, companies like Amazon, they've been using AI for years.
Right.
And now finally, this open AI software is available to you and I. So let me give you a couple of different examples. How can you use this beautiful technology to like crush it, right? Okay, so next time you notice you have a brain fart, you have brain fog, maybe you're like me and you're not very creative when it comes to captions. So what I've been doing, because this for me is a pain point. So maybe as I am talking, I want you to think about what are those things when it comes to your social media, when it comes to your business that are like painful, right? So I would go to ChatGPT. Remember, I open up my phone and it's already on my home screen. I click on it and I say, give me 10 caption ideas about, and then I would describe either the picture of the video, and then ChatGPT visualize you're like Iron Man, you see Marvel movies, it's the best analogy. I'm about to hit you with it. When you're in Marvel movies and you have Iron Man, right? And Iron Man, who does he talk to? Let me tell you who he talks to. Jarvis.
Right.
And it's artificial intelligence thing. So this is what you have got to visualize. So your Chat GPT is like Jarvis for you. And it's a really super smart computer assistant that you can conversate with. And the better the prompt, the better the response, right? So you plug in a prompt, it comes back to you with a response. And let's say it's not good enough or it doesn't really fit, you can then conversate. You go, hey, can you rephrase that with more humor? Can you make it more conversational?
Make it shorter.
Can you make it shorter? Can you expand it, right? And
can you add some facts and statistics?
Yes.
Yeah. You could even ask it, my life is boring. What should I talk about on social media to stand out and get attention? I mean, it's crazy.
And then one of my favorite things to add on is I would say, like, let's say you have no idea where to start with your content because you don't have clarity about your personal brand. So you open up ChatGPT and you create this prompt. You say, hey, ChatGPT, I am really struggling with identifying 3 to 5 keywords for my personal brand that I can start creating content around. Can you help me get that clarity? Question mark.
So
what
good.
information do you need from me in order to be as precise and accurate as possible? How crazy is that?
You can literally, they can help you create a bio, craft a mission statement. I mean, it's crazy. And what we don't realize is because it has unlimited potential and it's brand new, we just get overwhelmed with it. So just focus on asking it anything you can think of. And then over time, you'll start to get more clarity on like what questions to ask, the prompts.
I just think at step one, like whenever we're learning something new, it's like imagine
gotta play with it.
Back in the day, before we knew how to email, like before we understood the World Wide Web, it's such a big thing. And this thing is the fastest growing technology ever. You guys, they're saying this AI technology is going to create the most millionaires in the shortest amount of time ever. Okay. But when you're talking about such a global, life-changing concept, it's hard to wrap your mind around it. It's hard to put it in a box. So I like to give some practical examples. So my step one, if I were you, to kind of get your toes in the pool, is to put it on your home screen. And instead of next time when you have a question, Googling something, drop it into your chat GPT. That would be my first.
And they're saying that AI, chat GPT, and look, Google's coming out with their own version. Apple, they're all coming out with their own version.
They're going to integrate chat GPT into the functions of the platforms that are already there.
And what they're saying is it's going to replace 300 million jobs, which I was having a tough time wrapping my brain around that, but this is where it's going. And you could say, oh my gosh, that's terrible, that's scary, this is going to be like Terminator 2, Judgment Day. But it's here, and there's nothing we can do to stop it, so we might as well jump on it, take advantage of it. No different than the people that got involved with YouTube or Facebook in the beginning.
So you guys, let me give you another idea, another example. Okay, so we talked about how it can help you give you ideas for content creation, anything brainstorming, research. It can create outlines for you. The other day, I felt, gosh, let me create a 90-second reel about ChatGPT. And because it's such mega big topic, and I just went through a lot of training, sometimes I little bit struggle, to put it in
concise,
as few words as possible. And so I went to ChatGPT. I said, hey, ChatGPT, can you create an outline for a 90-second reel that I'm going to upload on my Instagram account? And I'm speaking to, and then you could talk about your demographic. Who is it that you're talking to? I'm talking to women 30 plus who are busy moms, but they're also building their network marketing business on the side. And I'd love to give them 2 to 3 actionable tips, ideas about how to use this new tool to grow their business without overwhelm, right? And then it came back and it gave me 7 bullet points, and it was so methodical, and it broke it down to, this is how you should open it. This is what the script, this is what you should be recording when you're talking about this. And it was very analytical. And then I didn't like number 5 and 6. So I came back to it and said, hey, I love that. Delete bullet points number 5 and 6, take out this formatting, put it into bullet points for me. And then that was that. It literally took me a couple of minutes to optimize. You guys, think optimization. Think about how can we just create that shortcut to helping you come up with content ideas.
And here's the thing.
But also let me just finish my thought really fast. But also you can say, hey, can you give me 3 to 5 attention-grabbing sentences to start my video with? And I even use the word clickbaity. Can you give me a clickbaity, what is it? Headline, tagline, name for the video, and 2 to 3 CTAs, call to actions at the end. So you could be so strategic, so specific, and it's gonna spit it out.
But you could literally give it a title, a description, a script, and say, make it better.
Yes.
Make this better, make this funnier, make this, more interesting, right? More attention grabbing. And it's just it's just so exciting because I think there's so many people, and this is why they don't post. This is why they don't show up consistently. I don't know what to talk about. You could literally ask ChatGPT, what should I talk about?
I know.
Here's what I got going on. Here's what I'm trying to come up with. Here's what I'm trying to accomplish. And it'll tell you what to do. It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so there's no excuses anymore, right? I don't know what to talk about. So you have got to take a look at, okay, if you are not producing, like you're not doing the do. It's either you don't have the skill set, maybe you're not organized around it, maybe you don't have a big vision. Can you speak to that, baby? Because like we know we should build a brand.
Yeah.
We know we need to do the prospecting. We need to be connecting on the back
But
end.
also we did say in the beginning too, another challenge is that they don't talk about their products in a way that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you could even ask ChatGPT, hey, I want to promote this world-class collagen. What are some things I should say to create some curiosity, to generate some leads? And listen, every response you get, you're going to personalize and customize it.
Yeah.
You're not just going to copy and paste what it suggests, but it can help you with creating curiosity around your fat loss system, around your product, around your opportunity. So this is part of the problem is I see that people are not creating enough curiosity, or maybe they lack that belief and that vision like you talked about. And you just got to ask yourself, like, what would your life look like if 5 years from now, 3 years from now even, you could take your annual income, maybe it's $50,000 a year.
Yeah.
What would your life look like? I want you to visualize this. I want you to write this down, have a vision board. I think it's just so important to think about that. Like, what would my life look like if I went from $50,000 a year to $50,000 a month?
Yeah.
What would it look like if I could wake up when I'm done sleeping? If I could outsource some of the things in my life that are causing stress, if I could hire help, if I could travel and take my kids on vacation or put my kids in a private school, because right now public school is a little cray-cray. Like, you have to have a vision for where you're going. And listen, we look at this as a privilege. It's an honor for us to show up every day in the biggest way possible. But the truth is, and we heard this at church yesterday, right? The people that get involved in this profession that don't have success, the unsuccessful, they do things rarely that successful people do often.
Regular success. So here's the quote.
This is my own version of it.
Successful people do things irregularly that unsuccessful people do inconsistently.
Exactly.
I really love that.
I like my version more. But anyway.
Be devoted to a good routine, my friends. Yeah. Let's identify. Let's get the vision.
And then you catch the vision. You go from like creating habits to creating these disciplines, and you start to realize that, like, I don't know how to do something, but everything's figure outable.